Last Sunday, I started a challenge called Sober October, inspired by Joe Rogan and his friends on his podcast. Today, I'm feeling good, feeling sober, and yeah, being sober has given me a lot of time to kind of reflect on who I was as a non sober person. And it wasn't hard to realize that I don't like that person anymore. I don't want to be that person anymore. Um, Trying to be sober is challenging at times, but it's really not as bad as I thought it would be. I have cravings still for alcohol, mostly. I don't really crave weed that much. I kind of been slowing down on that a lot more, even before I started this Sober October challenge. Um, yeah, the way I would interact with people and just just the way I would portray myself as someone or as a person who's not sober, that kind of really, I'm kind of really feeling it and noticing how I was. And as a sober person, when I see people who are drunk, I immediately reflect that onto other people saw me as that way as well when I was borderline having alcoholism. This whole video series, I'm trying to be as genuine as I can. Um, Not gonna lie, every night at about 8 o'clock, I have a thought about, oh man, right now would be a perfect time for a cold beer. Or other times in my life during this challenge, I've also thought about how, I'm bored and being drunk would be a lot less boring right now. Um, but to be completely transparent, I was drinking well over 6 drinks a night before I started this challenge, and it's more like 9 to 10 or even 12. A lot of the nights that I was drinking. Um, and I don't feel like I need it. It just was a thing I was doing. Yeah, it's weird. It's October 8th. Last Sunday is when I started. It's a Sunday now. Yeah. On a different note, last Friday I went to Target and I saw this beautiful, beautiful girl, and I was going to make an attempt to go talk to her. So I went and picked up my stuff. She was at one of the cash registers. Went and picked up my stuff and came back, and she wasn't there anymore. She was at the service counter. Um, so I went and dropped off my stuff in my car because someone else was waiting and getting help from her at the service counter. Dropped off my stuff, worked up enough guts to go back in and talk to her, and they were still there. So I went back out to my car again and sat there and just thought about it. And I just had this feeling of like, oh gosh, I would kick myself if I didn't at least shoot my shot, right? That's all I had to do. Is just if I didn't shoot my shot, I would just feel disappointed. So I came back into the store a third time, right? She's finally done helping the other people at the service counter. And I start walking towards the service counter. She didn't notice me, but she turned and went into the back room. And so I go up and stand at the service counter for maybe 20, 30 seconds, maybe a minute, probably not a minute. But she didn't come back out. So I walked around for just a little bit longer, hoping that she would come back out and start standing behind the service counter again. But she didn't. So today I went back to hopefully maybe see her there. Unfortunately, I didn't see her. I saw a lot of other cute girls, but they're not my type per se. Uh, just hoping that I could maybe catch this girl again. Fingers crossed. One of my challenges that I also have given myself this month, besides being sober, is to meet a girl somewhere besides a place where drinking is involved, because that's not really what I'm looking for in a woman. And I want to be a guy who a woman wants to be with. An alcoholic loser who drinks at home all the time alone, in my eyes already, is not someone who would want to be with me, or who I would want to be with, let alone who someone else would want to be with. So that's another thing I've come to realize, is I wasn't the person, or I wasn't being a person to who's like someone would be attracted to and someone would care to be around. At least the girls that I want to attract and be and meet and know and care about. But fingers crossed I can meet this girl and she's single and she gives me her number. Hopefully. We'll see. If she's married or if she has a boyfriend, I guess I'll stop thinking about her. But she's on my mind. She was gorgeous. Um, yeah, I think Alan and Owen and potentially Boris will be coming over to make. I think they're making beef Wellington, because I don't know. Owen said that Alan has a date coming up and he wants to practice making it before their date. So we'll see how that goes. I'll try and get a clip of that in before. But yeah, update later.